The KTM Duke 250 versus the Yamaha Fz25 quarter-liter battle. One of the heated debates in 2017 for Indian motorcycle enthusiasts. Every debate happens when you have a perspective, and in this video, I'm gonna explain these perspectives and which one to pick for. And indeed, I must say that in this video, I'm not going to prove which motorcycle is the best, but which motorcycle fits you the best. So to start with the performance of the bike, I need to say that I don't believe in what's there written on the papers. The potential of a motorcycle is felt only when you ride it fully hearted on a road. Majority of the people had a prejudice that the Duke 250 is a better performer. But amazingly, many other forums has already proved that the Fz25 can do better timings for a 0 to 100 drive with the Duke 250. It's because of two main reasons. The Fz25 is a lighter motorcycle and the Duke 250 makes the rider feel that you are riding a fast motorcycle. Both the bikes are pretty much good for a beginner. On the other hand, I felt that the KTM 250 will be a better choice for an experienced rider who wanted to push the limits. Because Fz250 is an easily flickable motorcycle in the city, but the Duke 250 is much more flickable and enjoys the curves. One thing one need to do is to change the tires from MRF to Metzeler's. Another major difference on these two bikes are the seat height and the weight. Duke 250 is taller and it is as tall as 2017 Duke 390, which is a bit tall for an average Indian of 5'6". Hence, a short rider finds Fz25 more comfortable to ride and handle, whereas a tall rider can enjoy both of these without worries. Just because both the bike has enough leg room to grab the fuel tank. Taking the build quality to consideration, I need to say that the Fz25 stands one step ahead than the KTM 250. This is from my own personal experience by having close friends who are maintaining an Fz16 and a Duke 390. The overall maintenance cost will be low for an Fz25 when compared to a KTM. KTM parts are much more expensive and you might spend more money in fixing up things for unfortunate things like a drop or a crash. The instrument cluster of Duke 250 is much superior than the Fz25. It has all the required information in the readable formats. On the other hand, I wasn't really happy with the display and the settings on the console of Fz25 on a bright sunny day. I don't want to comment anything about the looks here. Both have stunning looks, but everything matters when you compare the exhaust note. The Fz25 doesn't much sound like a bigger motorcycle, while the pipe of Duke 250 does the justice to it. The attitude and the character these two bikes display is something incomparable. On a lighter note, it's like the MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli. When you ride the Duke 250 on road, it gets more attention because of the looks as well as the exhaust. On the other hand, the Fz25 is subtle and elegant. One major difference one will note on these two bikes is riding comfort. KTM bikes are not well known for riding comfort. Even with the newly designed seat, it's not as comfortable as the Fz25. That's because of two main reasons. One, the amount of vibrations that the rider gets from the motorcycle to the seat, and the other one is the amount of heat pushed towards the rider's leg during peak city traffic. On both the segments, Fz25 will be a clear winner. You might be getting a feel that in the same sense, Fz25 could make a better tourer than the Duke 250. It could have easily proved that statement if Yamaha engineers would have concentrated more on the gear ratios of Fz25. The Fz250 has 5 gears and even the 5th gear feels like a power gear. The throttle on and off will be felt on the taller RPMs and high speeds. Generally, the trend is to have a top gear with a cruising capability. But on Fz25, you won't find it in that way if you are a high-speed cruiser. But certainly, longer saddles will be comfortable on Fz25 than on a Duke 250. And if you are a person who gives importance to the pillion comfort, the Fz25 will be a better choice. Because the small amount of vibrations from the chassis will be transmitted to the pillion seat more than the rider. And Duke 250 will have small issues due to the vibrations. I'm pretty much happy with the braking capacity of both the bikes because one could control their adrenaline with their own brake setups. But the disappointing factor is that both of them doesn't have ABS even as an option. If you are considering this motorcycle for off-roading purpose too, I will suggest the Duke 250 upon Fz25 because of its good ground clearance and the slightly taller handlebars. Now finally, the question of value for money. I feel Fz25 will make a more value for money machine because the pricing is so close to a 150cc motorcycle and it's almost 45k less than the Duke 250. And if you are a person who doesn't care much about the price of the motorcycle but still confused, you can think in this way. The Duke 250 is like an extrovert kid who grabs the attention in the city by filtering in traffic and swinging left to right on all the curves it had put on. On the other hand, the Fz25 is a well-behaved elder kid of the family who is friendly enough but still has got a lot of fun to ride in the city. The choice is your personality.